This is Uranden. It's technically an island, although it's just separated from the mainland by a little canal. This little canal which winds around it. And there's always been people who've used these traditional, what were once dugouts and now just sort of look, or versions of dugouts. They use those to get back and forth. And they've never built a bridge. And there was a natural spring. There's a lot of natural springs that feed Lake Patzcuaro. But this one was, like many others, blocked and had been for a very long time. And last year, late last year, Aldo had a contract to clear it and allow it to flow again because they needed it for water, because that was getting towards the time when there was a water crisis in Patzcuaro. Something which happened for a variety of reasons, and only partly because of there was a drought. And so he did that. And during the hullabaloo this past year, we'll start on our way back. Aldo wanted us to come out here because he wanted to see how things were now. You can't cross over to the island anymore because there's no more bridges, not even a footbridge. So we can't go and directly check the spring he rehabilitated. But there are others up here, and we'll continue the story when we reach those. It's getting close to sunset. But we can continue the story of how, because of the water crisis and all the press, Patzcuaro and the state government decided to clean all of the natural springs that feed Lake Patzcuaro around here, and clear out a lot of the silt deposits due to the great change in land use as the population of Patzcuaro has grown dramatically over the last 40 or 50 years. And we'll show you why, now that those springs have been cleared and there are new canals dug through the silt, now they have built these sort of sunken, well, they're not like pools, what would you call them? They've done them like baths, like natural baths. So tourists can now enjoy them for a small fee of $1. So there used to be a footbridge here. I didn't really like crossing it very much because with just a few planks, it was like, there was lots of gaps, and it was sort of like something from a movie, to me at least. But this used to be a school for, what was it?
Canotaje. This is the competition.
Like a paddling school for competing in not rowing, like kayaking and stuff. Because that's what they do here. They all use boats. And you can see there's a bit of a flow, and if you look around at different points of reference around here, although it's changed a lot, these canals, since they brought in the excavator and dug out all the silt, the lake has risen to about 20 centimeters below what it was when Aldo was doing a big contract over there in the main launch area for the canoes.
Yes. 3 years ago, this is the level. So nobody says in the news how really is high. Again, the water, and all they say the lake is again the same, but it's not. It's not. There are a chance, but it's 20 centimeters more. It is the same.
Yeah.
And it was in the 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And we'll see, because in this time, the people say the lake is not healthy. and this point.
This, of course, has been an issue for decades around Lake Patzcuaro, and you know the lake has changed a lot. It's declined a lot for a number of reasons. But one of the things that definitely needed to be done, and Aldo said this to me ever since I first came here, is that the natural springs needed to be unblocked. So now this is something that's actually happening. El manantial del diablo, the devil's spring.
Because there are a rock with this supposed face. You
Yeah.
can see the rock.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and they figure it looks like a devil. I don't know where it came from.
Anyway.
And there's one of the local dogs. And this clearly isn't quite finished yet, but these are a new effort now that they've unblocked the springs, one of which is in there. It's very late now, so you probably can't see, but the water's got a very specific kind of blue. And here's another one. This one attaches to the canal. Maybe you can see it here, how the water bubbles up. And it's definitely very blue, very distinctly blue. I don't know if the camera will pick that up properly, but you can definitely tell that this is spring water.
Some kind of explanation why there is the natural spring here. All this area, maybe you can see clearly, but it's and all this area there, like a river. There are a part with rock, like lajas.
Like slate.
In all these areas, the water is coming, and it's the same in another. I am cleaning, and found this, and more little far away there are another one bigger, and they're the same, but it's coming. I don't know where it's coming, but all this area you found when you started excavation. Found this kind of rock, start to come
springs. It causes springs.
I suppose it's the same area for some kind of river.
Yeah, an underground river. The whole region is known for these springs. There's a bunch of them in Uruapan. There's the canal that goes by our Blueberry property is fed by a spring.
And in a big part, there are not this kind of rock. This is like the soil is like a caliza.
It's a chalky soil.
And there are no coming water
springs.
in this area.
But, you know, originally this was supposed to be done for the sake of preserving access to the lake and to try and ensure that there was adequate access to drinking water, because the island used these as drinking water, but they were all getting blocked up. And now that this is done, it has occurred to them that this can be a tourist attraction. And I absolutely agree, because they don't have any parks by the lake. All around Lake Patzcuaro, they have docks, but they don't have an actual park beside the lake. And now they're going to have one.
Another one is the same.
Yeah, this is another one. And there's more. Like, they've unblocked 3 now. There's one over there as well at the end of this, like there's big docks there where Aldo did work.
This wall, and I make the mark and some kind of part, and the level. And this 3 years ago, I make the level, and we need another 20. And all this area in the middle with green grass or whatever it is not exists in this moment. So more beautiful.
They reorganized things so that
all this is soil.
All the soil. This is all stuff, earth that was moved from in the what's now canals, and this has all been washed off fields as agriculture has expanded and expanded in this region for decades. And for a very, very long time, this just all washed down to the lake in the rainy season. And eventually it blocked everything up and something had to be done. So part of the reason why the shoreline was receding so drastically is because the silt around the shoreline was getting higher and higher. So, as is so often the case, the whole story is a lot more complex, but development is being done, and it's being done fairly responsibly, and it will help the economy of Patzcuaro going forward, and it's all good.